You chose absolutely right joining us on Rwanda Television News tonight. A very good evening to you and many thanks for your company. How are you doing, Martina?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
Very, very great.
Yes.
Yes, we always start with the headlines. Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente demonstrated that technical education is key to promoting employability and infrastructure development in Rwanda.
Mayors of the northern province districts and other authorities were urged to cooperate in urgently addressing the obstacles that may hinder the smooth running of the elections slated for July this year. Once again, we're glad to have your company tonight, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali. My name is Martina Vera.
And mine, Sam Kalisa.
Yes, so as we begin this edition, let us inform you that on Thursday at Urugwiro Village, President Paul Kagame received a delegation of Harvard Business School MBA students, as well as faculty and staff members led by Professor Andy Zeleki, visiting Rwanda on a field global immersion course. The course pairs first-year MBA Harvard Business School students with global partner organizations to apply learnings from their courses to solve real-life business challenges. The interactive dialogue with the president centered on Rwanda's 30-year journey and lessons on leadership and development strategy. Yes, Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente demonstrated that technical education is key to promoting employability and infrastructural development in Rwanda. This is as on Thursday, Prime Minister presided over the 7th Rwanda Polytechnic graduation that featured the first ever cohort of BTech graduates. Prince Manzi has more on this report.
Congratulations.
Claude Iradukunda is a Rwanda Polytechnic alumni. After his studies, Iradukunda founded Innoviper Technologies, a company providing electronic construction equipment.
Kandi nanone turishimira ko twabashije gutanga umusanzu mu bijyanye no kurengera ibidukikije.
And again, we are grateful that we are able to contribute in environmental conservation. In the fourth term of this year, we have reduced 8,640 tons of carbon from the air. This is approximately to 312,000 trees that might be planted on a hill. The Vice Chancellor of the Rwanda Polytechnic, Dr. Sylvie Mucyo, reiterates that apart from creating their own jobs, most of the alumni occupied jobs in various fields.
Dear partners, we thank you for the jobs provided, even though our graduates had no paper to show, because many are graduating today. This shows the trust you have in their skills and contributing to the growth of your organizations.
Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente affirmed how technical education is a key solution in bridging skills gaps and promoting employability.
Recognizing the urgency of addressing workforce needs, the government of Rwanda proactively worked to align education with the labor market needs. Technical education was identified as a key solution to bridge the skills gap and promote employability. To achieve this, we embarked on training and upskilling workers to meet the needs of the changing labor force demands. In this regard, as government of Rwanda, we recognize the contribution of all stakeholders who partnered with us in this journey.
The graduates include the first ever cohort of 72 with bachelor's degree in technology. Honorine Dokuzimana affirmed the graduates' commitment to the country's development.
I would like also to take this opportunity to thank the government of Rwanda for their visionary initiative in establishing Rwanda Polytechnic, which is growing fast from diploma, advanced diploma program, and today we are celebrating the first cohort of Bachelors of Technology in the respective IPRCs. Your investment in our education has not only transformed our lives, but also empowered us to contribute to the development of this great nation.
Prime Minister Dr. Edward Ngirente reveals that after the BTech introduction, there will also be an introduction of the MTech, Masters in Technology.
ndetse ndagira mbabwire inkunza yuko guverinoma y'u Rwanda irimo gutegura n'icyo twise MTech.
I want to reveal to you that the government of Rwanda is preparing the MTech, Masters in Technology, where those graduating from the BTech will be undertaking masters in the same career. All these are under the framework of the government and it will be fastened as the BTech was introduced faster. The aim of the government is that as earlier as this school year, all colleges across the country will be having the BTech program.
BTech zizaba ziboneka no kuri college zose zigize Rwanda Polytechnic.
The graduates in the 7th graduation of the Rwanda Polytechnic are from its 8 colleges, namely IPRC Gishari, IPRC Huye, IPRC Karongi, IPRC Kigali, IPRC Kitabi, IPRC Musanze, IPRC Ngoma, and IPRC Tumba. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince. Mayors of the northern province districts and other authorities were urged to cooperate in urgently addressing the obstacles that may hinder the smooth running of elections slated for July this year, especially on inconveniences in the distribution of identity cards. While preparations for the presidential and parliamentary elections are underway, in the northern province, election activities will be conducted from 89 sectors, 461 polling stations, and 2,844 polling booths. In the inspection carried out by the National Electoral Commission, it was found out that there are 51 polling stations in the province without electricity, with recommendations to improve hygiene and renovate roads leading to these stations. Some district leaders said there are measures in place to address the existing issues.
We initiated communal work activities where every cell conducts umuganda for at least 2 times every week for better preparations, but also maintaining the hygiene. First, I encourage those whose ID photos were taken from different sectors of Musanze to go and pick their IDs from those respective sectors. So far, people are not coming in big numbers.
First, I encourage those whose ID photos were taken from different sectors of Musanze to go to pick their identity cards from those respective sectors. So far, people are not coming in big numbers. National Electoral Commission Chairperson Oda Gasinzirwa called for collective efforts as preparations are underway.
We look at preparations in terms of polling stations because we want all the votes for presidential and parliamentary elections can be counted immediately. It is clear that electricity will be crucial. On that, it is clear that some polling stations lack electricity, as in some cases, there is electricity at the school, but not distributed in all schools.
Northern Province Administration assured that the preparations are going on well and existing obstacles will be urgently addressed. A lot has been reached in terms of preparations. Campaigns were conducted and citizens are aware of the election activities and the set dates. In most of the districts, identity cards have been issued. We urge the districts that still lag behind to speed up the process because IDs will be needed while voting. Voters who have registered on the electoral roll reached the rate of 96%. The Northern Province has over 1.5 million people on the electoral roll, 54% of whom are women.
On Thursday, the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the BDF appeared before the Public Accounts Committee regarding mismanagement of government funds as outlined in the Auditor General's report. Olive Nete has the story.
The Business Development Fund, a key financial institution supporting SMEs, provided explanations regarding its high rate of non-performing loans, which stands at 32%, exceeding the country's central bank forecast by 5%. Additionally, criticism was directed at the BDF for delays in dispersing funds to financial institutions and other stakeholders. Vincent Munyeshaka, the Chief Executive Officer of BDF, acknowledged that challenges within the fund
including the high rate of non-performing loans and delays in fund disbursement, stem from factors such as inadequate staffing and outdated technology. However, he assured that efforts are underway to address these issues effectively.
The issues revealed by the Auditor General should be resolved within a period of 1 year. This means that by 2025 June, we should have closed the cases, and I believe we will be able to accomplish that in time. However, what still remains as a challenge is adapting a new technology. The individuals who are here to assist us in establishing it have contracts lasting for 2 years. Nevertheless, we should prepare to provide a comprehensive report that reveals what we have been able to achieve within that time frame.
The Auditor General highlighted that the Business Development Fund has failed to repay loans totaling to 3,570 million. Additionally, the BDF has allocated grants amounting to 411 million to projects that were identified as ghost projects, indicating potential mismanagement of funds. Other entities that appeared before the Public Accountants Committee include the Ministry of Trade and Industry. They addressed issues concerning losses resulting from the sale and lease of industrial plots. The Auditor General's report revealed that the ministry failed to recover 922 million in expected land rent revenues and over 1.5 billion from the sale of land. Richard Niwenshuti, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, highlighted that the ministry has implemented several measures to address the identified gaps, including collaborating with entrepreneurs to support government programs. However, he emphasized that resolving issues such as delayed compensations for properties sold for industrial activities requires collective efforts beyond the ministry's capacity alone.
The issue regarding compensations to be given to the residents is being hindered by the budget. To illustrate, this year we have allocated 400 million, but we used it all for payments and now we have no funds remaining. This means that we need to work with Minecofin to close all the persisting gaps.
Minicom was called before the Public Accounts Committee regarding several issues, including the significant gap of 65% in petroleum product reserves compared to the government's target for 2024. Minicom addressed this concern by stating that efforts have begun to repair all damaged reserves. Moreover, new reserves are being established in Rwanda, Gasabo district, where the government plans to compensate residents to facilitate the establishment of these infrastructures. The remaining tasks will be handled by entrepreneurs. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Thank you, Olive, for the report. And as we move ahead, on Thursday, senior government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the civil society joined the European Union in Rwanda in the celebration of the European Day here in Rwanda. And joining us live in the studio is Adams Kwizera, our colleague who joined the event. Good evening, Adams, and thank you for joining us. And if you can go ahead with this particular European Day, how was the event and what is the event in particular and what unfolded?
Well, thank you, Sam and Martina. As you say, that this European Day came after on the back of the cordial and fruitful relationship between Rwanda and the European Union, which followed by various visits, including the visit of the President of the European Council, Michael, who was here in Rwanda in the commemoration of the 30th, commemoration of the genocide against Tutsi last April in this year, as well as it followed the visit of the President of the European Union Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, who was here in Rwanda also in the inauguration of the BioNTech plant last December in 2023. So this shows the significance relationship ties between the European Union and the government of Rwanda. So earlier today, in this celebration, the ambassador of the European Union in Rwanda reiterated on the results that came from this relationship between the European Union and Rwanda.
Well, we're working together. The European Union strategy is called Global Gateway. That is what brings us together with our partners, and where we come together with the investment of the European Union institutions, financing sector, private sector, and we come together to amplify the impact we have on the ground. And here we are working in support to the government's Vision 2050, to the government's transformation agenda, and we've embarked in the past year in very innovative collaboration supports. I think the major milestone was the visit of President von der Leyen in December last year, where he came and he was proudly joining His Excellency President Kagame in the inauguration of BioNTech, the first manufacturing vaccines companies in the continent. And that project, where the EU supported regulation and supported the landing space for a private European company, BioNTech, to invest in the country, has helped us, has given us a template of what we want to do together. So inspired by this program, we've expanded. Now we have a big program of pre-primary education. We're working together on climate-smart agriculture. We're working on sustainable cities, fit for the digital age. We're working on youth entrepreneurship. We're working on justice.
That's Belen Calvo Uyala, the ambassador of the European Union here in Rwanda. This event was also attended by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Vincent Biruta, who appreciated the European Union for their collaborative activities with the government of Rwanda.
Again, for the constructive exchange of ideas, insights, and perspectives. It is my hope that these discussions have brought our current partnership forward and improved our mutual understanding on priorities in terms of economic development, environment protection, climate, as well as defense and security. It is undeniable that there remain challenges we have to face together, such as terrorism, climate change, and conflicts in various parts of the world. But I am confident that working together, we will overcome those challenges and build a brighter future for the generations to come.
Building the brighter future for the generations to come. Then, as concluding this, you reiterated back some. This event was also attended by various government officials, diplomatic corps, and members of the civil society.
Right. Thank you very much, Adams, for your time tonight.
Thank you so much, Sam and Martina.
Right. And as we move ahead, on Thursday, the African Solidarity Fund started a series of breakfast meetings with the Association of Microfinance Institutions here in Rwanda, focusing on how to bring awareness to microfinance institutions and how the fund can play a role in promoting economic development through intervention of guarantees in Rwanda, since the access to finance has been a crucial problem on the African continent. Christelle Uwase brings us the details.
This series of breakfast meetings aims to raise awareness and foster collaboration among key stakeholders, with a focus on new areas including women in finance, as they play a big role in contributing to the country's gross domestic product, and people in agriculture, as Alan Kinuka, the Senior Investment Officer in the African Solidarity Fund, explains.
Our guarantee fund is an aspect that can protect women in finance by providing them guarantees to help them access finance, and through our different products, we feel it will help them scale up their businesses and also have the comfort to approach banks. That is an aspect that would also promote agriculture in the country to grow productivity and get financing on time through provision of sharing the risk with different projects in agriculture.
On the side of the microfinance institution, such initiative is more important for them, as they are able to get a lot of information on how the fund recovers them when the defaulting is very high due to the high financial market competition.
So to have such kind of discussion, it's very important. You gain a lot. You gain about more details about those guarantee funds, where we were not aware of what is happening really from them. So for us, we gain more explanation how you can cover your customer both in your institution.
The fundamental goal of African Solidarity Fund is to bridge the gap in access to finance, spanning across multiple sectors of economy, fostering economic growth and resilience by playing a pivotal role in bolstering entrepreneurial endeavors in Rwanda. The breakfast meetings will be held for 2 days in Kigali. Christelle Wase, RwandaTV News.
The Sanlam Insurance Company, formerly called SOLAS, commemorated for the 30th time the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, remembering former employees of this company who were killed during the genocide. As part of the commemoration, employees were encouraged to promote unity and actively fight against genocide ideology. Olive Nete has more.
The commemorative event began with breath laying at Sanlam's headquarters, honoring employees killed in the genocide against the Tutsi. Participants then continued to the Kigali Genocide Memorial at Gisozi, where they learned about the genocide's history. Young Sanlam employees highlighted the importance of unity and vigilance against any ideologies that could spark similar tragedies, emphasizing the event's impact in fostering collective resistance to such atrocities. When we commemorate, we also need to be reminded of what we should avoid or abstain from doing, as well as what we should do to prevent history from repeating itself. That is why we have come together today to commemorate.
When we come here, we learn a lot and we remember how this devastated our country and took the lives of many. We learn from this and gain strength to fight such ideologies from ever happening again.
Josiane Uwonkunda, whose sibling was a victim of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, expresses gratitude to Sanlam for honoring the memory of their employees. She appreciates the company's commitment to continuing the legacy of remembrance for those who were tragically killed. This is a symbol of love, and it shows us how they value the former employees because they commemorate every year, and we also participate in this activity. Sanlam's board chairperson, Shumbusho Vianney, emphasized the importance of employee commitment to advancing Rwandan development and fostering unity. He encouraged Sanlam employees to prioritize collective efforts aimed at progress rather than allowing divisionism.
What we always teach the employees of Sanlam Rwanda is that they should keep in mind that we are all Rwandans. We also teach them that they should refrain from repeating the actions of former employees. Instead, we emphasize the importance of unity and being characterized by Rwandan values of love, patriotism, and serving our country through work.
The employees of SOLAS, which became Sanlam, who were killed during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, are 9. Olive Nete, RwandaTV News.
And that's all from us here at RBA's Rwanda Television News. On behalf of the entire news production, as well as the technical team, many thanks for being with us. My name is Sam Kalisa.
And I'm Martina Herrera.
And we'll say up until next time.
Stay safe.
And have a great evening.